Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, 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 everybody. I hope and pray that you had an amazing, amazing long weekend and happy new year to everyone. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. Make sure that you're putting in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, love, love to give you a shout out. And again, happy new year to everyone. I pray again that your year started off amazing. Welcome to Wife Chat, the very first Wife Chat of 2024. Again, you guys, thank you so much for hopping on. Please put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love to give you a shout out. Um, Again, you guys, thank you so much for hopping on. Please put in the chat where you're joining me from. Okay. Um, I hope and pray that your New Year's was amazing. That you, hi Troy, how are you? Thank you so much. From North Carolina, I appreciate you. Again, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in on my YouTube channel and my Facebook channel. I appreciate you. Again, I hope and pray that your new year and your Christmas holidays and all the holidays were amazing. For me, I got some much needed rest. And so I am so excited and just blessed that I was able to see 2024 come into fruition. Hi, beloved. Hi, Dr. Gail. I'm watching you from Alabama. Okay. Thank you for using your voice to help us younger wives learn. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. For my 40th birthday, I'm wishing for a renewed relationship with my husband, many more years to add. Okay, to your 17 years. And I'm going to touch and agree with you, beloved, that God is going to do that in your marriage. Okay. And thank you so much for hopping on. I truly appreciate you guys. Again, be in prayer. As you guys know, I wrapped up in December the pilot, shooting the pilot for my television show, Dr. Gail on Love, Sex, and Marriage. So you guys continue to pray for that. God has already showed it, so it's going to be amazing. So continue to pray for that. And again, thank you guys so much for supporting me on all my social media platforms. I don't take you guys for granted. And so tonight, this chat actually comes from a couple, a husband and a wife came into my inbox, and they're from Little Rock, Arkansas, right? And they said, Dr. Gail, I heard you mention in a couple of your videos and a couple of your lives about a marriage checkup. And we would like to start doing that in 2024. Could you possibly give us some questions that we need to ask for this checkup, and when we should do it and how often we should do it? So let me just tell you that, our marriages, right, are the only, only covenant that we cut on this earth. I don't care what religion you are, but you cut a covenant with that person, right? And your spouse is only walking, talking, living, breathing person that you cut that covenant with, not your job, not your mama, not your daddy, not your children, not your friend, not anybody but that person, right? And so in every area of our lives, we get checkups, right? We get, if our car needs a maintenance, got a checkup. I just had to take my car to the dealership and get our oil change because it needed a checkup. In our physical bodies, we need to go and get a checkup. For our teeth, we got to get a checkup. For our eyes, we got to get it. Every area of our life, we get these checkups to make sure that we're doing well. How come we don't put that same thing into our marriages? And so for the marriage checkup that I'm going to talk about today, and you can personalize these questions any kind of way that you want to. For Gil and I, we do it twice a year. We do it at the beginning of the year, and then we do it in the middle of the year on our anniversary, which is July the 20th. We do it again. And I do that because, again, a lot of times you think things are going well, or you think that, whatever is going well, and you sometimes you're blindsided by something that is going on that you didn't even realize was going on with their spouse, right? So I do it twice a year. That's not something that you have to do. But I do suggest that you do some kind of marriage checkup. Again, uh, my marriage checkup is more extensive, right? Because Gil and I have been together 36 years. But I'm going to give you 7 questions that you can start off if you have not started doing a marriage checkup or never done it before to start the conversation. And I want to set the stage for you to be open and honest with yourself, open and honest with your spouse, and be prepared for the answers. Because again, just like when you take your car and you think it just needs an oil change, and they say, Miss Crowder, your car, you need 2 front tires, and you also need this, and you need that, and you need that, right? Sometimes you're not prepared because you said, I just went in for $100 oil change, and now you talking about another $900, right? So it's the same thing. Just like when you go to the dentist, you think you've been brushing and flossing, but you get there and they say you need a root canal, right? So be prepared for the answers and set the stage for you and your spouse to have open dialogue. Come prepared, take notes, and take ownership for what they're saying needs to improve. Take ownership for what that your part that you play in it. And if you have a disagreement or you don't believe that you need to take ownership for that, at least have the discussion and tell them why. This is not something that you should argue about. This is something that you need to do because, again, I have been doing this kind of work for over 20 years. And so many people like, I was blindsided by that. No, if you had asked the right questions, you would have got the answer and you wouldn't feel blindsided. Hello, Johanna. How are you, beautiful lady? Thank you so much for hopping on. I appreciate you. All right. So the marriage checkup. The first question you need to ask, and again, you can tailor make these, you can change them around, you can add to them or whatever. And I'm just giving you guys 7 questions. Mine is a little bit more detailed. But again, start off with these 7 and set your mind that this is not something for you and your spouse to argue about. Set your mind that this is an interview process, that you're gathering information for you to become better. Okay. Set your mind that this is a conversation for you to become better. Whether you're a man or a woman, is for you to become better. Again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please put in the chat where you're joining me from. Happy New Year to you, Johanna. I appreciate you. Okay. Number 1, how do you feel our communication is going up to now? How do you feel that our communication is going up to now? Because as you guys know, I believe that if you have effective communication, you can get past anything in your marriage, right? And you got to ask yourself, am I listening to understand or am I listening to respond? How is our communication going in our marriage? How is it going? How is it? Hi, Samika from Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Latanya from Clinton, Maryland. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys. So how is our communication going? Is it good communication? Do you only communicate when you want something? Do you only communicate when something's going wrong? How is your communication going? Are you communicating effectively? Number 2, how satisfied are you in our marriage? Now, this is a hard one. How satisfied are you? And you could do a scale 1 to 10. You can let them just answer. We doing good. So how can we do better? Because doing good just means that you're holding steady. How can we do better? What can we put together to make it better, right? Can we date more? Can we hug more? Can we kiss? What does that look like? Just don't stop at we're doing good. Ask hard questions, ask follow-up questions. Because again, if you don't ask the questions, then you get blindsided. So, how satisfied are you in our marriage? Number three, what am I doing well in the marriage? What am I doing well? Right? Ask the question. If they're struggling to answer that question, then there's a problem. And say, I noticed it took you a long time to answer that question. So be honest with me. What am I doing anything well? And then follow-up question. What do I need to improve on? And this is a hard one because a lot of times we don't want to hear negativity. What do I need to improve on? And let me just give you one of the answers that Gail told me just the other day. I would love for you to put the phone down. In my mind, this is how I work. In his mind, I'm checked out. I would love for you to put the phone down when you're not working. Because I am constantly checking my phone. So that is something that I'm going to implement. At a certain time, I'm not going to be checking my phone. I'm not going to be texting back. I'm not going to be doing any of those things. Because again, Gil's the only walking, talking, living, breathing person that I cut a covenant with. None of you guys. And if you married and you're in a good marriage, not perfect, I say try to save it and try to work on it and try to be the best person you can inside the marriage. Because I'm telling you, it's not easy being single out here. I'm telling you, it's not. Hi, Samika. Is it too late to register for? Let me just tell you this, beautiful lady. It is not too late because I have literally moved bringing sexy back to the marriage to 2025 because of the TV schedule, and also I have to deal with one of my health challenges. As you guys know, I've been open and honest about my hip and all that kind of stuff. They done found something else going on with my hip, so I'm going to have to probably have another surgery. And so I just could not, I can't put myself into the TV schedule and do BSB. So thank you so much. But registration is open for 2025. I will be having another workshop called the Wives Lock-In the middle of the year. I'm partnering with one of my really good friends, Deidre Rosaw, and we're going to do the Wives Lock-In, so you can look at for that. But as far as BSB 2024, it has been postponed to 2025, just to answer that question for you. So, number 4, is there any issues that we have left unresolved, right? Are there any issues that we left unresolved? For the simple fact is that when you get in intense fellowship and you get to talking, and then they bring up something, you like, that was 4 months ago. Why are you bringing that up? And it's because the issue was not resolved. It was because it was swept under the thing. Life was happening. You kept moving, but it was never a period put behind that. Okay. So with that being said, are there any issues that have been left unresolved? And these are questions that you're asking, and then there are questions that he's asking back, or vice versa, right? You got to make sure that there's both sides. They're both sides being asked and answered. Okay. Not just a pretty face. Finally caught me live. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I really do. And number 5, do you feel supported by me in the marriage? Do you feel supported by me in the marriage? Right? Because a lot of times We're so busy supporting and doing and doing others for other people. You as a spouse don't feel supported. You don't feel that you're noticed. You don't feel that you get great for you, congratulations. You don't get any of those things. So ask the question, do you feel supported by me in the marriage? Okay, because that is one important question, because you should be your spouse's biggest cheerleader. You should be your spouse's biggest cheerleader, right? No other woman should be supporting him more, and no other man should be supporting her more. It should be a thing, and you got to ask the question. You got to ask the question. And if they say, no, I don't feel supported, then ask them, how should I support you? And what do you need support in? Because those are two follow-up questions, because you can't become a mind reader. You got to be able to supply them with the information. Okay. Number 6, am I meeting your sexual needs? Am I meeting your sexual needs? And if the answer is no, ask them how you can do it. If you're having some health challenges, be open and honest about your health challenges. If they're asking you to do something that you don't feel comfortable with, or you're not sure about how to execute it, say it. Say it. Don't just be like, well, I'm not doing it. Why? Because you don't go to your job if you don't feel good and just say, I'm not doing it. You give them a reason why you're not doing it. I'm sick. That's going to put my coworker in danger, whatever that is. So if you're not meeting your spouse's sexual needs or desires, ask them how can you meet them, or if tell them why you can't meet them. Okay? Because when you got married, truth be told, you became the sole source of their sexual pleasure. And I'm not saying for you to do anything that goes against your religion, anything that you feel uncomfortable with, or whatever, but at least open the doors to have a conversation. Okay. Hi, sweet tea. Hi, how are you? From Northwest Florida. How you doing, sweet tea? I like that. I do love sweet tea, to be honest with you. I appreciate you as well. Hi, Faye. How are you? From Nashville. All right. Happy New Year. I've been watching you since the spring of last year. Thanks for teaching. You are so welcome. I appreciate you so much, Faye. I appreciate all of you guys getting on here. So we got North Carolina, we got Florida. I love that name, Sweet Tea. I do. I really do. Um, Samika, where's Samika? I got Clinton, got Washington, D.C. I got New Philadelphia in the house with Johanna. Beloved from Alabama. I love Alabama. Troy, where are you from? Oh, Georgia. He in Georgia. All right, everybody. I got everybody on here so far. I think my sister just joined on here. Let me see. Hi, Kiki Ramley from Atlanta. How you doing? Thank you so much for hopping on here. I appreciate you. That's my sister, you guys. She on here being nosy. Anyway, so you became the sole source of your husband's sexual pleasure. So you got to ask the question, am I meeting your sexual needs? You got to ask the question. Okay. And if you can't meet his sexual needs, again, you need to tell him why. Is it a hormone thing? Is it unforgiveness? Whatever that looks like, open your mouth and have a conversation. Okay. And number 7, do you still find me visually attractive? Be prepared for the answer. Do you still find me visually attractive? This one is a hard one, and sometimes it's going to be a hard pill to swallow, but ask the question and be prepared for the answer, right? Be prepared for the answer. Okay. Hi, Justin. How are you? From St. Louis. I appreciate you. Lifestyle Luxury. My husband and I are newly Empty nesters, I miss my kids so much, but I have to say our love life has kicked into high gear. Go on, okay, lifestyle. We always listen. Let me just tell you, that's the reason why Gil and I utilize hotels all the time. We got a house full of people, children, and everything like that. But that's the reason why we do it. For the simple fact is, it just opens up the door. It allows you to not worry about your children and what's going on or whatever. And it just adds a different atmosphere, and it puts you in a different mood. So I can't wait to be empty nesters, but God blessed me with my two nieces. And so we got what 3 more years before they good riddance. And my son is about to go off in the military in February. My oldest one's finishing up college. So yeah, it is what it is. And so for me, I just want to say continue to enjoy each other, continue to reconnect with each other. And again, you guys, hopefully that these 7 questions have given you a kickstart to your marriage checkup. Please, 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 even if you can't do all 7, at least try the first 3. Okay, at least try the first 3, make them your own, and make sure that you do it, because again, you don't want to be blindsided. You don't want to say, well, I thought everything was going well because we ain't talking. That's not good. It's not. You're gonna end up trying to call me, and I like for you guys to call me, because again, this is how I live. But I want you guys marriage to thrive in 2024. Okay, I do. St. Louis in the house. St. Louis in the house. You a mess. um, but again, you guys, thank you so much. And if you guys need me, you know how to get in contact with me. You can go to my website, gailcrowder.com. You can schedule a free 15-minute discovery call. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to help you with hear me, one situation, and I'll give you one tool and one strategy. Okay. And so again, sweet tea, I just love that name. I tell you, I just finished having some sweet tea. People who know me know I'm a tea connoisseur. And so hopefully you guys are going to be joining me for evening tea on Thursday, where I get a chance to hang out with my girls, and we chop it up over some tea, and some of them have their cocktails or whatever, but we have a good time. Life's Little Luxury. Love your videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the love. We appreciate you so much, Dr. Gail. Good night. Good night to you guys. Again, if you need me, do not suffer. Do not be alone in this journey of being married. As you guys know, I've been married most of my life. And I'm telling you, I know what it is to be in an absolute horrible marriage, but I know what it is to roll up my sleeves and fix it. And it started with these questions. It started with me coming to the table, asking the hard questions, and then working and improving on me. Not trying to improve Gil, but improving me. My name is Teresa. They call me Sweet Tea. Okay, Teresa. But I still like sweet tea. So I appreciate you so much. And again, you guys have an amazing, amazing night. Happy New Year to you guys. Look out for some of the workshops, the virtual workshops that I'm going to be doing starting in February. And again, I love you guys to pieces. Have an amazing, amazing, amazing night. I appreciate you.